So I was watching NLBC this week when I heard Spooky say this.
Every time that someone whips a button, best believe there'll be a react. They're going to try to whip punish, walk up, dash through the gap of your recovery.
Now on the channel, we've talked about whiff punishing, we've talked about whiffing buttons, but we've never really talked about what to do if you're not in space to whiff punish. And I think Spooky explained it best right there. And essentially what he said is when you whiff a button, the other person is going to react, whether that be a whiff punish or whether that be them just walking up to take their space or them dashing through the recovery frames of your move. So that's why I picked poison here, and I want to show you a few things. So what I've got poison set to do here is crouch fierce. It's a button that you probably have all witnessed and all been hit by. This move is so negative, when you block it, you can get a dash to close the space. But if it whiffs, you can also just walk forward, right? So let's take a look. So here it whiffed, and I dashed. Here it hits me, and I still dash. That's how negative it is. But let's say you're out here, and she's just, whiffing it a bunch. Just walk and block, right? This works very well against fireball characters as well. This is a great way to take your space, is to walk and block. Because you can see here, you walk and block into range. Oh, I blocked it. I can dash. Now, this isn't going to be true for all moves, but for this move specifically, and a few other moves where they have very long recovery. Now here I've got Sagat to do a bunch of different fireballs so we can see how effective walking and blocking is. Here I'm closing space, and obviously if I'm closing space, this Sagat player is not just going to stand still. He's going to start backdashing. He might jump at you, so be ready to anti-air. But basically you're forcing him to make a decision by walking and blocking as well as closing your space. Another way to always close space against fireballs can be something like that. If you have a special move that goes over the fireball, or if you have a move that low profiles it, like Lucia's glide, or something like that. And one more thing I want to cover is taking your space after you knock the opponent down, because just because you have them on the ground doesn't mean that you get a free dash or something like that. So let's look at Karen. I'm going to do Tenko into shoulder here, and then I'm going to dash up, and then I'll get my Oki, right? But let's switch to Cammy real quick. Alright, so now I'm on Cammy, and we're going to be looking at Karen. I'm going to forward throw on Cammy, and I'm going to dash. That's not real. That's a fake dash. Cammy doesn't get a forward dash after a forward throw. I could have quick rose and hit her there if I set Karen to do so. So you can't always assume that just because you've knocked your opponent down that it is your turn automatically, to take your space or to dash. Not all your dashes and not all your jumps after you knock them down are going to be safe dashes or safe jumps. And that's just something you have to learn over time, and that's something I'm learning as well on my characters. Anyways, I hope that gave you at least a vague idea on what it means to take your space. There's still a lot for me to learn myself, and this is as much as I know. So I hope this gives you a baseline, and you can take this into training mode and figure out what you need to learn yourself. If you enjoyed anything that you saw here today or anything that you've seen here in the past, please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow.